You don't need Android Studio to run Flutter apps on your phone. In this video, I will show you a complete setup. Everything you need to go from zero to your first app running on a real device. So without wasting time, let's get started. The first thing that we need is Flutter SDK. So to download it, visit the official website flutter.dev. Click on Get Started and then select your operating system. In my case, it's Windows. Here, click on Install Flutter manually. Now scroll down a bit and click the blue button to download the latest stable version of Flutter. And the download will start. Once the download is complete, you will get a zip file. To keep all the things organized, I'm creating a folder in my G drive called Flutter Setup. You can name it anything you like. I will use this folder for my entire setup. Now go back to the downloaded zip file and extract it inside the Flutter Setup folder. Next, we need to set path for Flutter. So open the extracted Flutter folder and go inside the bin folder. Copy the full path up to the bin directory. Now press the Windows key and search for path. Then select Edit the System Environment Variables. Now click on Environment Variables button and inside the System Variables section, select Path. Click on Edit button and click on the New button and paste the path that you have copied. And click OK. Finally, click OK on all the windows to save the changes. Now to verify installation, open the command prompt and run the command called flutter -- version. If you see Flutter version and related information, that means Flutter is installed successfully. We don't need Android Studio to run Flutter apps, but we do need Android SDK and some of its tools require Java. So first, let's install Java Development Kit. To download it, visit oracle.com and search for JDK 17. Version 17 is enough and it works perfectly in my setup. Now click on Java Archive Downloads and select the appropriate file. In my case, I will choose the Windows 64-bit installer. On clicking it, the download will start. Once it is downloaded, go to your Downloads folder and double-click the .exe file to start the installation. Keep the default settings, click Next, then Next, and finally click the Finish button. Now let's set the path for Java. For this, go inside your C drive, open the folder Programs file, then open the Java folder and here open the JDK folder. Now go inside the bin folder and copy the full path up to the bin directory. Now press the Windows key and search for path. Select Edit the System Environment Variables, then click on Environment Variables. Inside the System Variables section, select Path and click Edit. And then click New button and paste the copied path. And click OK on all three windows. To verify the installation, open the command prompt and run the command Java -- version. If you see Java 17 version, then your setup is successful. Now it's time to install Android SDK command line tools. For this, visit developer.android.com. Go to the developer section and click on command line tools. Scroll down a bit and click on the link Download the command line tools package. Select the zip file, tick the box to accept the terms and condition and press the download button. It will start the downloading immediately. Once the download is complete, go to your Flutter Setup folder and create a new folder called Android SDK. You can use any name, but Android SDK is more relevant. Now go back to the downloaded zip file and extract it inside the Android SDK folder. After extraction, you will see a folder named cmdline-tools. Open it and inside this folder, create a new folder called Latest. Make sure the name is exactly latest. Otherwise, SDK won't work properly. Now, move all files and folders from cmdline-tools into the latest folder. So, the final directory structure should look like this. Next, we need to set the path and create the new environment variable. So, open the latest folder and go inside the bin folder and copy the full path up to the bin folder. Now here again press the Windows key and search for path, select Edit the system environment variables, then click on environment variables. Inside the system variable section, select path and click edit, and click new button and paste the copied path and click OK. Now we need to create a new variable. For this, click on a new button and enter the variable name as Android_home, exactly as it is, only in capital letters. For the value, paste the path up to the Android SDK folder, not the bin folder as I'm doing. Then click all OKs to save the changes. Now install the required SDK components. Open the command prompt and run the following command: SDK manager space -- install. Give the space and inside double quotes we have to write platform - tools. Give the space and inside double quotes we have to write platforms Android -36. Again give the space and inside the double quotes we have to write build -tools 36.0.0. You don't need to write this manually. Check the video description to get it for you. When it asks for a license, type Y and press the enter to accept license. To verify everything, run the command flutter space doctor. If you see license related issues, copy the command flutter doctor -- android -license from here and run it inside the same command prompt. Then press Y and hit the enter button to accept all the licenses. Once that's done, your Android SDK setup is complete and it's time to exit this command prompt. Now that our setup is ready, let's install VS Code and create our first Flutter project. Visit the code.visualstudio.com. To get the VS Code, click on the download button for Windows. Once the download is complete, open the installer, accept the agreements, click on next and keep the default settings. Then click install, and once it is done, check the option launch VS Code and click finish. This will open VS Code automatically. Now we need Flutter extension. For this, on the left side, click on the extension icon. Search for Flutter and install the official Flutter extension. This will automatically install Dart extension as well. Now let's create our first Flutter project. For this, open the terminal by going on the terminal menu and click on the new terminal. Here, I'm switching to my G drive to store the project. You can choose any location as you prefer. Now run the command flutter space create space first_app. This will create a new Flutter project named first_app. Now to open this project, click on the file menu and select the open folder. From here, select our first_app folder. Now let's run our app on the real device. First, take your phone and open the settings. Scroll down and go to About Phone. Now you will find the build number and tap on this 7 times. You may be asked to enter your phone password or PIN. After that, you will see message saying developer option is enabled. Now go back to setting and open developer options. Here enable USB debugging. Also make sure install via USB is enabled. This allows app to be installed directly from your computer. Now connect your phone to laptop using USB cable. On your phone, you will see connection options. Make sure to select file transfer or transfer file mode. You may see pop-up asking allow USB debugging. Make sure to tap allow and optionally check always allow from this computer. If you don't allow this, your device won't be detected. Now go back to VS Code. In the bottom right corner, you should see your connected device. Click on it and select your phone. If your device is not showing, try reconnecting the cable or check the USB debugging again. Now, to run the apps, go to Run menu and click on Start Debugging, or you can press F5 button. This will build and install your app on the phone. For the first time, it might take a long time. During the first run, your phone may show some permission pop-ups. Make sure to allow all the required permission. Congratulations, the default Flutter counter app is running on your real device. If this video helped you, make sure to like it and share it with anyone who is struggling with Flutter setup. And if you want to learn Flutter step by step in simple and practical way, consider subscribing this channel. Also, If you face any error during installation or if something didn't work for you, let me know in the comments. I will personally look into your issues, and if needed, I will create the dedicated videos to help you fix it. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video.